So one of your article in DNA focuses especially on financial solution through government schemes. We believe it is a unique idea by an educationalist and especially the chartered accountant like you.
No, it was basically out of the anguish and the thing that lot of people of our country, they are deprived of the quality education, mainly because they cannot afford it. Now that is something is not acceptable in any country actually. According to me, though we have now in place the right to education bill, but in reality you see that the best quality education is today also reserved only for a select few. Now how to get rid of this system? Government has been trying, actually government used to set up educational institutions where all the people, those who could not afford education, they could get education because it was offered at a very low cost. But today what is happening, unfortunately government has withdrawn their role in forming educational institutions and kind of left it for the civil society. Now in that what happens, those who do not have passion to provide education for all, to provide quality education for all, what they try and do, they try and exploit this situation because the demand is huge and the supply is very small. So they try and exploit this situation by charging hefty fees or even at times capitation fee. Now in that case all those who can only afford, all the rich class students only can take this education. Unfortunately the middle class and lower middle class is left out. It is very dangerous for any country to allow this kind of situation to persist. Because the thing is, the moment you have masses and masses, particularly the youth who are deprived of the quality education, you are sitting on a time bomb, because those youth get frustrated. At the end of the day you see that you are working in the border areas, you have seen lot of youth are misled and guided to become terrorists. Why this happens? You have also seen the Naxalite movement catching up everywhere now, because there are no avenues open for them. They do not get good education, it is not available to them. Now this is a time bomb. Sooner we work, it is better for our country. Now the government should have realized this. I am not saying that they have not realized, but unfortunately very little has been done on actual implementation part. Government set up National Knowledge Commission, they have given excellent suggestions. If we are able to implement all of them, I think we will be able to solve this problem. Unfortunately on implementation level we see very little happening. There I came out with a suggestion where I felt that if government is withdrawing its role of setting up education institutions, more and more institutions from the civil society are coming up. Unfortunately very little number is coming from professionals. It is mainly set up by either politicians or some industrialists, where their focus is not delivering quality education, their focus is somewhere else. Their focus is either to further their business interest, or as far as politicians are concerned, it is either to promote their political interest and also to make money at times. So in this situation I thought that if government cannot come forward and create such a huge infrastructure required by our country, what is the solution? I thought that in any case all these institutions are exploiting this demand and supply situation by charging heavy capitation fee. In today's world what happens, that fees are heavy plus capitation fee is heavy. I have suggested a solution where if an educational institution is allowed to feel only 15% of their seats at least 6 or 7 times of the fee that they would charge to rest of the 85% students. What will happen, and that should be allowed officially, because otherwise it will amount to underhand dealings, and which should not be encouraged and allowed in educational system, at least. So therefore I felt that if we can allow them, where they can take this additional fee from only 15% rich students. So in a way the model is that the rich 15% students cross subsidize the education of 85% deserving students, who cannot afford to pay that kind of fee. So what is happening, there are 15% rich student, one rich student is paying fee which is sufficient to take care of the fees for 8 students. So the 7 students who are unable to afford the fee can get education at a very, very low cost. In this model, the institution gets the required amount of fees, which is necessary for them to deliver quality education and to develop. At the same time, 85% of our population will get education at a very, very minimum cost. Now this is the solution I have suggested.
That's where I correctly say that educationalist who is especially CA, who can think of for the beneficiaries for everybody, right?
Maybe that has helped me. My financial background as a chartered accountant might have helped in devising this scheme. But nevertheless, the most important aspect of it is that if this is made official, then there can be very strict rules that after you allow the institution to get the required amount of fee, they should not indulge into any kind of other malpractices, where the penalty and punishment has to be the strictest, so that it will act as a deterrent for them. So they will not dare do anything of the sort which they are resorting today.
That's very nice of you. I should say you thanks for this.
No,
thanks
thank
a lot,
you so
sir.
much.